I'm in the forest, coronavirus time. Dog behind me doing what she does best, playing with sticks and prompting the idea for this little talk here as I check in again, having missed a couple of days. Good to see you guys again. It's a lovely day. I'm just really making use of this amazing opportunity to enjoy a week long so far of fantastic British weather, and taking advantage of my one a day excuse to leave the house during this unprecedented time. So we've got my dog Josie playing with logs, and it gave me the idea of play and making a game out of things. And a lot of us are cooped up at home. Maybe some of us don't even have the opportunity to leave the house or take advantage of amazing environments like this, and I may be running out of time here. We may be facing an even more strict lockdown at some point. So, as you've seen in other videos that I've done, right, Jose? I've talked about how now, in a time of economic decline and loss of income and reduction in income and reduction in people being focused in the world of work and creation and productivity, and people are using this as an excuse, this time as an excuse to escape even more than they once did, to escape to the world of video games and TV and Netflix, and all kinds of people are sharing online about how they are really enjoying and getting stuck into the latest episode of What's His Face and this and that, and using up lots of valuable time to escape and to play and be entertained. But I'm talking about play in a different way. How can we find play and fun in the world of creation and work and productivity? Play doesn't have to be relegated to entertainment and consumption. Right, Jose? Play can be a way we experience the creation of our project and our work, and the furthering of our professional lives as well. And so when it comes to things like writing books or writing articles or keeping in touch with clients or any kind of productive creation, which is so important these days because we want to be getting ahead now, we need to work twice as hard to experience anything close to the kinds of results and the kinds of experience and the kinds of income we were having in the golden old days, right? We have to work much harder to get to the same level of where we were at before. If we reduce our work time now and spend more of our time in entertainment, we are going to be even further behind the curve, especially when we return to the real world. We find ourselves way, way behind and having to do all that kind of catch-up work. So now is the time to produce. Now is the time to work, with breaks like this, of course. If you've got the opportunity to have a refreshing break, take it. But we want to be working, but we don't need to see it as serious, glum work, dry, boring work. We can see it as fun when we bring a gamified approach to what we do. So what am I talking about when we talk about games? How can we make the work we do into a game? Well, right now, as an example, I'm writing a book this weekend. I'm spending hours and hours a day focused on a book. And the way I'm making it into a form of play is through compartmentalizing not only the book itself, so breaking it into tiny little pieces, the smallest chunks that I can find. So it starts off with a general premise for the book, and then I break it down into an overall outline, and then a one-page outline, and then a bigger outline that I can then branch out into those other pieces that I'm working on. So breaking things down is, in some way, a way of gamifying what we do. It makes it easier, it makes it more simple, and it makes it more fun. Adding a time constraint element to it is also a form of gamification. If we set ourselves a challenge of sitting down and writing as much as we can spew out on the paper within 10-15 minutes, that's also going to help us be productive, and it's also going to bring a fun, or as fun as it can be, element to it, rather than it being this drudgery, this form of drudgery. And I'm looking at my dog, who's kind of pining after me and has stopped her play for now while she waits But think about how you can bring play into the world of work so that you can make the most of this quite challenging time, especially if we're cooped up. It can be difficult to find a willingness to work, especially when we see work as a dreary, serious task. Guys, you need to be getting on it. You need to be doing whatever you can to make ground and really take advantage of this time. When everyone else is in their boxer shorts at home, watching Game of Thrones repeats, this is your time to produce, to create content, to create a bank of content, to share stuff on social media, to make live videos, to make videos like this, to create, get ahead, get seen, build what I call market share, gain that market share of people's awareness of you and your brand. This is the time, this is the absolute best time. So do that, but turn it into a game as well, make it fun. Another thing that I would just add that has helped me in making my work into play, and that is to commit to, and that might sound a little bit uninteresting at first to some, but to commit to being a force of nature, like rather than having something in mind like a goal that is that you have to get to and it makes you sort of feel stressed because you're not there yet. See the work itself as an opportunity to do your very best, to really go all in, to jump into the task with perhaps a slightly overdone degree of enthusiasm, like a kind of over the topness, right? So it's a kind of fake it till you make it, but act as if you were the most enthusiastic nutcase in the world around work. Make it into a kind of crazy fun. Like, so if you've got an article to write, embody that version of you who is overly, ridiculously enthusiastic about writing. Imagine yourself as a kind of Ernest Hemingway sitting in his seaside shack, toiling away, but kind of make fun of it, make it into a kind of theatrical event, time it, compartmentalize the chunks of the writing, and make it your own little adventure, and do as much of that as you can. Bring that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of dedication to mastery and love of the craft as you can, and do that to everything, whether you're washing the dishes or calling up a friend or making a video or writing something. Throw everything you have into it, make it theatrical, make it fun, and make the world of work a little bit more of a playful deal, a playful event. Hope that helped, guys. I'd love to hear your feedback on this, and I want to hear a little bit about what you guys are working on if you want to share that below in the comments. I'm intrigued to hear what you're doing. For me, my main focus is this short ebook that I want to write that's going to serve as a means to create some attention around my core philosophies and the key ideas that I coach people on. So I'm working on this book. I'm going to be adding illustrations to it, and it's not always easy, but I do what I can to make work as fun and playful as possible. See you in the next video, guys.